New evidence, new evidence, eyewitnesses in Johnathan Majors' assault case appear to tell a different story. Just one day after Marvel star Majors appeared in court to get the August 3rd trial date for his assault case, new evidence appears to suggest a different version of events than previously believed. Major's lawyer, Priya Chowdhury, has reportedly submitted eyewitness interviews, phone records, credit card statements, and hours of surveillance and police body camera video that all prove her client's innocence as told to Insider. Her hope is that the misdemeanor assault charge gets dropped now that they have this evidence, but if not, she and the Ant-Man star are prepared for trial. According to Chowdhury's evidence, there are multiple witnesses who can attest that Majors never assaulted his now ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari, including the driver of the car that took Majors and Jabari from a Brooklyn bar the night of the alleged assault. He's ready to testify that he never saw or heard Majors raise a hand or voice at Jabari, and that as Majors tried to get away from her, she pulled and ripped his coat. A small group of women who recognized the Creed star during the altercation hugged him and took a selfie with him in the midst of it. The bartender at Lucy's nightclub at the Moxie Hotel in Manhattan, who remembered Jabari's British accent and would testify that Jabari was having a great time and that he recalled no bleeding ear or bruised finger. As previously reported by The Root, Jabari, and who we now know to be three of the people who witnessed the altercation between she and Majors that night, all went to Lucy's later that evening. In different security camera footage, she can be seen using her allegedly injured right hand to shuffle through her wallet for the credit card and handle her cell phone, hold the menu, clink champagne glasses with her friends, and write and hand a note to the DJ, give what appears to be a fist bump into the air on the dance floor, and finally sign a check. The building handyman of their shared triplex penthouse, who accompanied Majors when he arrived hours later to help unlock a walk-in closet door where Jabari was allegedly found half naked and passed out on the floor. An unidentified witness who was on the phone with Majors as he came back to his penthouse after spending the night at a hotel and found Jabari in his closet. Let's get to the credit card statements. Per Charity's evidence, Jabari charged rounds of shots and an $800 bottle of champagne to Major's card while at Lucy's. After seeing a breakup text from the magazine Dream Star, she allegedly charged a taxi ride back to their shared triplex penthouse, where she arrived at 3:23 a.m. According to surveillance footage, Insider also notes that after Majors sent the text, he allegedly turned his phone off in response to it. Jabari allegedly called Majors 32 times and sent several texts accusing him of infidelity. According to Chowdhury footage from the street corner where Majors allegedly got out of the car during the altercation, footage from Lucy's nightclub, footage from their shared penthouse, and penthouse elevator footage, all showed that Jabari was allegedly the aggressor who didn't show any signs of injury to her hand or ear before heading back to their penthouse. She argued that Jabari instead took a fall while alone in Major's penthouse, apparent after drinking and taking sleeping pills. Okay, let's get to the police body cam footage. NYPD body-worn camera video turned over to Chowdhury by prosecutors showed a disoriented, seemingly Jabari telling cops and paramedics that she had drank to the point of throwing up in the bed and had taken several sleeping tablets. The defense lawyer said in the letter, Jabari had no idea why her finger was bruised and her ear was bloody. Chowdhury said in a letter, instead of telling first responders, I don't know 19 times. She also asked what happened to my finger to one of the cops when she was alone with him. Chowdhury told Insider, saying that the police body camera footage showed Jabari looking down at her hand as if discovering the injury for the first time. Chowdhury said in the letter that Jabari also told officers that she started a fight in the car because she saw a text from another girl, wanted to see his phone, and tried to grab his phone. But then the cops keep asking her if he hit her, punched her. Jabari told Insider at one point in the body camera footage, the cop who would end up swearing out the original assault complaint can be seen on video touching his own throat several times while questioning what Majors did, as if coaching her. Chandri alleges in the letter, but the police videos do not show any visible injury to Jabari's neck, the lawyer said. And as alleged in April 8th letter to Manhattan Criminal Court, Judge Rachel S. Pauli Chandri maintained that Jabari had no injuries to her right hand or ear, as she previously claimed, and pointed out numerous occasions throughout the night after the alleged assault where Jabari frequently used her hand with no problem. Chandri also said that she suspected that medical records showed no injury of Jabari's neck, hence why the allegation that Majors put his hand on her neck, causing bruising and substantial pain, had been removed in the complaint, and the strangulation charge had been dropped. As noted by Insider, Chandri also maintained her earlier claim of racism on the part of officers, citing body cam footage of their impressed faces and commentary of the triplex penthouse that alleged coaching that one of the officers was allegedly seen on camera doing to Jabari to get her to say he strangled her, and their alleged unwillingness to look into Major's claims that he was the one who was actually assaulted. As previously reported by The Root, in the aftermath of these allegations, Majors was dropped from both from his management and PR team, and ad campaigns with the U.S. Army and MLB's Texas Rangers, as well as several upcoming movies, including an Otis Redding biopic and the adaptation of Walter Mosley's novel, The Man in My Basement. Perhaps most notably, he has not been dropped by Marvel Studios, and there has been no word yet on whether or not he will be replaced as its newest supervillain, Kang the Conqueror. He also reportedly faces more abuse allegations from multiple women, according to Variety. Of Major's uncertain career status, Chandri said he's heartbroken. He's watching his career dangle in the wind. He wants to go to trial yesterday. Wow. Crazy, man. Just insane. Crazy. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see the chat room. Let's see what the chat got to say. Oh, what's up, Outlaw? Major's problem rebelled behind the scenes. We know that high-level actors must take continued abuse to maintain their fame. Yeah, man. The thing is, like, being in this industry, you're an industry slave. All right. And I would never want to do this ever. What for? To be an industry slave, to not have your own voice. And we all know there's racism in the entertainment industry, and they probably have you wearing dresses and all types of, I mean, you've seen the pictures of Johnathan Majors, what he had to wear, how he looked, the way he was positioning himself. It looked very rainbow-ish. Okay. And that is just, it's slavery. Why do it? No. All right. And it's perverted too. All right. Even Joey Lawrence, he talked about it, how he would have gotten a role in Marvel if he had accepted the offer to sleep with one of the directors, but he refused and he got fired and his acting career stopped. But it was good because you know why? He doesn't have to be doped up on drugs. He doesn't have to need a therapist. Okay. All his money stays in his pocket instead of going to his mental health trauma of selling himself out for a couple of coins. Okay. He's not doing a Judas to himself, selling himself out for 40 pieces of silver. All right, let's look at the comments here. An ethical prosecutor would quickly drop a case with this much evidence of reasonable doubt. But of course, then the cameras will stop showing. Besides, this accuser needs to be punished. If this case is not dismissed soon, there needs to be prosecutorial misconduct investigation. There's no reasonable jury that would convict him with this evidence in place. There's another person named Al talking about it. Time to countersue the prosecuting attorney, which is now legal malicious prosecuting, and the woman who falsely accused him for defamation, then sue the studio. We are innocent until proven guilty. Infringement upon our rights opens them to legal battles. Okay. If I was him, I would hire a team of lawyers to assure I come away grinning. This is another person named Matt. I agree 100% with every word. Another person, Rick, you can't sue a prosecutor for investigating you. His rights have not been infringed upon. He was accused of a crime, and the prosecutor is investigating it, as he's supposed to do. Major hasn't been indicted yet, and there's a good chance he won't be, but the prosecutor has to investigate the charges first. The cops also need to be investigated and disciplined accordingly. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They were trying to obstruct an investigation, and they're trying to coax the person into lying. You got a lot of white supremacy in law enforcement, man. It's not a joke. It's coming from David. It is commonplace for police to pressure and coach people like that. They did it to me when I was a minor, and it was tempting to say whatever they wanted me just to make it stop. And if she was disoriented, like the article says, then cops really took advantage of the situation to make a bad arrest. This is what Zach says. We need to be tough on crime. There needs to be a misconduct investigation. When the police give you evidence and someone presses charges, you let a jury decide. That's the prosecutor's job. If the justice system works, Majors will have no issues. All right. But by all means, go after the prosecutor, because a likely false allegation that will handle itself hurt your feelings. What? Let me read that again. But by all means, go after the prosecutor, because a likely false allegation that will handle itself hurt your feelings. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Wow. Oh, boy. Anyway, this is what has happened. And I hope everything works out for Mr. Majors. That's it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Anything you want to know about this channel in the description box. I'm on Rumble. And that's it. Later.